Welcome to Drayton Manor. It's a beautiful day, but there is a ridiculous number of coaches in that car park. So there are lots and lots of school kids, and I could be in for a very, very busy day. I have one objective today though, and that is to try out the wave. So, and it's my partner's first visit to the park. So let's get inside and see what's what. So this one's kind of interesting because they're obviously retheming this whole area to kind of country western cowboy. Oh, there we go, I can see. And they've got a new logo outside, but like high voltage and all this sort of stuff. But in here, it's still the same accelerator theme. I believe there's still cars when I get further in the queue. So it feels like it's kind of half rethemed, but not quite. I'll be interested to see what they do with this going forward. Right, well that wasn't a good start. As I said, there's no ride queue times anywhere, which is ridiculous. You look on the website and it says coming soon to the app. I mean, it's not even their app, it's an app they borrow, like a third-party app. It's rubbish. Stood in the queue there for accelerator, and then they went back of the queues 90 minutes. It's not that good. It's definitely not worth that. The only thing I'm prepared to wait for today is the wave. It is rammed. There are school kids everywhere, so this could be a bit of a bad day. Let's find out, shall we?
Can we go on that?
Yeah, I'm going to Right, well, the park's been open for an hour and a half and we finally managed to get one ride. It was the wave, it's the one that I mainly wanted to get on. It was good, definitely better. Broke down, didn't help. I'm doing a separate video where I'm going around trying all the new rides in the UK. Except for Hyperia, because that was shut yesterday. So if you want an in-depth review, make sure you subscribe for that video. Yeah, I don't know I'm going to get much today because it's really busy with school kids. Alright, just been on Maelstrom, which when I was here last year was broken, so I'm kind of glad I got back on that. I struggle to separate that one from Cyclinator at Bolton's Park. Both very, very good gyro swings. Great cycle, nice and high. Now, the wave swinger, because it is pretty much walk on. So, let's go on this one.
What's up YouTube, everyone subscribe, turn notifications on for, what's your name?
Coaster Dad.
Coaster Dad, best on the scene. Drayton Manor, completed it mate. You like that?
What he said. Thank you. Right, well, I've had a shot on Wave Swinger, which was walk on, and Accelerator, which was not walk on, although it was quieter than earlier. I think I probably already said this, but the operations, they're not really throwing the trains out, which is kind of frustrating. It's a beautiful park, great selection of rides, but I always find it interesting when a park is really busy, because that kind of tells me how well they can cope. And the answer is, not very well. I mean, you can't put a second train on that, it's a boomerang, so it's kind of unavoidable, but they weren't throwing the trains out as fast as they could, so a little worrying. I just grabbed some food there. There's one thing I find really strange about this park is they obviously, in an environmental attempt, they've scrapped paper cups, which is fine. They've got these pretty sturdy plastic cups now, and they're like £4. I don't know if the expectation is that you're supposed to give them back and get your money, because I didn't see anybody doing that. But you're not going to keep them. Anyway, now that I've had food, the obvious thing to do is wander around the zoo. Kind of annoying. When I was here last year, they hadn't broken any ground It now looks like the ride, well, the ride is complete. They've been testing. There's a lot of the theming done. The station's looking fairly complete. They haven't announced an opening date yet though. I booked this trip over a month ago and I was kind of hoping that there was a small chance it might be open for today. Clearly that has not happened. I'm sort of in the neighbourhood in about 3 weeks time, so if it has opened I may make a return trip because it looks like a very interesting coaster and I want to get on it. Instead I'm going to go and get a bonus on Sheriff Show there. Okay. So just had a shot on Troublesome Trucks. I mean, obviously this whole Thomas area is not aimed at a 43-year-old man. It's very well themed, great for kids. Do like that ride though. A little bizarre, I was asked to take my specs off. Like, it doesn't go that fast. And it was really sunny, so I could have done with my shades. But anyway, that's this area done. There is a new little kids boat ride that when I was here last year was being constructed. That's now opened. Again, I don't think my backside is going to fit in that, so I'm not even going to try. But I think that's probably me done in Thomas Land. Right, that was good. We just had a second shot, or I had a second shot on Maelstrom, and now I think I'm going to go and try this 4D show because everyone says it's fantastic, and I badly timed it earlier. So it's on in 15 minutes, so I'm going to go over there and see what it's all about. Well, that was quite good. I just had a first shot on the 4D cinema. It's Looney Tunes, it's Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, which is good. You don't see cartoons like that these days. It's kind of all, oh, you can't show violence and all that sort of stuff. So it's really good for an old man like myself to see some old cartoons, and it was pretty good 4D, 3D sprays. One criticism, and it's true for all 4D cinemas to be brutally honest, is the chairs are a little bit kind of slow and stiff. Like if they could get them maybe a bit more responsive, it'd be fantastic. But it was good, I enjoyed that. So there's 45 minutes left in the park. Not sure how much more I'm going to get done. I'm trying to get on one last thing before we leave. That's interesting, because when I was here earlier the train was sitting in the station, so either it's done some testing and I've noticed it, or they've reversed it into the maintenance shed. I was hoping I would have seen it running today, but I have not. But it has moved because it was definitely there earlier. A little bit frustrating that I kind of timed it badly, but I'll be back at some point. I'll get on it.
Right then guys, please remain seated for me until the ride comes to a complete stop.
Well, that was good fun. Just had a wee shot on Jormungandr. Probably about to go on Loki. Also, pleasant surprise. I forgot Jake from Off the Tracks works here, so he was there with the ride up. So it was nice having a wee chat with him. But yeah, there's 20 minutes left till the park shuts. So I think maybe get on Loki and then probably call it a day. Right, well there you go. That is finished my day there on Loki. Do you know, this is a really interesting park. I think it's a beautiful park. It has got a great selection of rides. We've spent a ridiculous amount of money lately in the last few years enhancing it, adding new areas. They're obviously putting this brand new coaster in, which is fantastic. But they seem to have skipped a number of the basics. Like the fact that there's no queue times even at the ride entrance. Like they don't have an app, there's nothing there, there's nothing on the ride entrance, they don't have Wi-Fi around the park. The Wave definitely needs a second train, but operations are on most of the rides really poor. Really poor. So I think it could just be teething problems. I know this obviously was bought over by the Looping Group a few years ago, and you can't fix everything in one go. But I feel like they're spending money in places when they could be spending it elsewhere. Well, let me know your thoughts. What do you think of this park? As I say, it's a beautiful park with a great selection of rides. I just think it's missing a few things that could be easily remedied. So anyway, that's the end of my my travels back up to Scotland, and then I'm disappearing to Cyprus for a week to go and film, to edit everything. So no new videos for a little while once these ones are out. I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad, and I'll see you in the next one.